This video is on systems of linear equations. When you're dealing with two linear equations and you want to figure out what the solution is, you have one of three options. When you have the graphs of them, you can see if you're going to have zero solutions if the lines are parallel. Zero solutions when lines are parallel is because the lines will never cross. So an example of this would just be two lines that have the same slope. They will have different y-intercepts. That's the key point, is that they do have the same slopes, but they also have to have different y-intercepts to be parallel. These lines will never cross one another. A solution to a system is where the lines cross. So in order to have one solution, the lines must cross. Now, as long as they are not parallel, then there will be a solution. So if you have a line crossing with another line, does not matter what kind of line, as long as they do cross, there will be a solution. It will be a coordinate, and that coordinate will be where those two lines cross. Sometimes it's easy to find it on a graph. Sometimes there will be decimals or irrational answers, so it'll be a little more complicated on a graph, which is why we also learn how to do them algebraically. One other solution you can have is infinitely many. This is when the lines are the exact same. So when you have parallel lines, you have the same slope but different y-intercepts. Infinitely many is when you have the same slopes and the same y-intercept. So if your lines end up being the exact same, then they will cross forever. That does not mean that you have all solutions. It means that the solutions of the line, any coordinate on the line, is a solution. So on here, any coordinate that's on this line would be a solution to the system. But this coordinate, any coordinate down here, is not a solution. Infinitely many does not mean all solutions. Be very careful about that. So as I said, when you do have one solution, it is sometimes difficult to find it on the actual graph. This is why we must know how to use systems or solve systems algebraically or by hand. Now, if you recall from Math 1 or Algebra 1 or whatever course you took before this, you learned about substitution, elimination, and graphing. We're going to be using substitution, elimination, and graphing to solve systems. These are substitution and elimination are how you do them by hand or algebraically, and solving by graphing is how you solve them graphically. This will be done in the calculator.